Hello and welcome to my brief video tutorial on creating mailbox enabled users in Exchange 2003 installed on a Microsoft Windows Server 2003 R2. This is activity 3-1 based out of the book MCSE Guide to Microsoft Exchange Server 2003 Administration. 13-digit ISBN 978-1-4239-0266-9. In this brief tutorial, we'll go through one of the most common tasks associated with managing an Exchange organization, and that's creating a mailbox-enabled recipient. The steps in this process, we will go through 13 steps. Let's begin. Step 1, we'll log on to the server, which I've already done as our local administrator with the password or your domain administrator. Step 2 is we're going to click on Start, All Programs, Microsoft Exchange, and Active Directory for users and computers. From there, we'll click the plus sign next to our computer or our server. We'll right-click on the user container, and from the user's container we'll select New and User. This opens up the user dialog box. We'll go ahead and type in a name. We'll use the book. It says Mike Jones, so the first name of Mike, no middle initial, last name Jones. Go ahead and tab. The user login name is the name that the user will use to log into the domain. We'll go ahead and use first initial last name, so just M Jones. As you can see, it automatically pre-populates at the bottom for the users logging into pre-Windows 2000. Go ahead and select Next. Step 9, in the password confirmation box opens up for a password. So you go ahead and set a temporary password as password with a capital P. And then depending on your policy, you can select the options over here. But we'll go ahead and uncheck the user must change password at next logon. And from there, we'll select Next. Oh, I guess it would help if I type in the correct passwords. RG. Wow, okay. Third time's a charm. There we go. Alright, so step 10, ensure that that the Exchange mailbox is checked. So we want to create an Exchange mailbox, which it is. Step 11, we'll review the information provided about the new user account after we select Next. So it's giving us our full name, the user login. It's telling us Microsoft mailbox will be created and the store is at this location. We'll go ahead and click Finish. It says Windows can't set the password because it doesn't meet the password complexity. So I need to go back and redo password because password doesn't work. So we'll go ahead and do capital P. We'll use @ ASSWORD P @SSWORD. And next, that's correct. Finish. And our user has been created. So at this point, we can repeat steps 6 through 11. It's telling us to create steps 6 through 11 for the following users. This includes first name, last name, login information in parentheses for each user. So we'll go ahead and create another user. So new user. The next user is Bob Smiley, so we'll go Bob, tab, no middle, last name. And then his login is bsmiley. Password will be the same, p at stword p at d. We'll go ahead and unselect. User must change password next logon. Select next. We want to make sure that it creates our Exchange mailbox and verify that the server and the storage is in the correct location. Next. Verify the information, the user's name, the login, email. Everything looks good. We'll go ahead and click finish. And that is the process of creating a user and a mailbox in Exchange Server 2003. From there, we can go ahead, file, and exit. So in that brief video tutorial, we learned how to create a mailbox-enabled user in Exchange 2003 running on Windows Server 2003 R2. Just to recap the process, we logged in as a system administrator. From there, we launched our Active Directory users and computers by clicking Start, All Programs, Microsoft Exchange, and then ADUC, which is Active Directory users and computers. Excuse me, I shouldn't abbreviate. Once Active Directory loaded, we click the plus sign next to the server name to expand it. We found the users container. We clicked on it, then we right-clicked. We selected New and then User. The new user dialog box opened up, or new object. We typed the first name in, last name. Then we entered a user login name. We selected Next. Password dialog box opened up. We entered the password, which must meet the complexity for the system. Once we entered that, we selected Next. We made sure that we selected Create an Exchange mailbox, modified any alias if there was one, verified the information. Once the information was verified, we clicked Next and finished the creation of the user. Thank you for watching my brief video tutorial on creating a mailbox-enabled user in Exchange 2003. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to fill one out in the form listed below.